Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode. So while I was, initially I started recording, then ran into a problem where my hard disk got full and the recording was not great. I instead continued to play, and as you can see, compared to last episode, I just continued to clear out trees, plow land, sell logs. And I'm basically only missing the middle section here now. I'll show you how I've been doing all of this. But also on a side note, I've been playing with a few friends, the same map, where we actually bought this field right here. And we found something interesting. Let's see if I can find it. So it's close to the bridge, down here somewhere. There is a tree stump placed by the developers, and of course it's hard to see because it's green. It's like one of these overgrown decorations, which we could not remove. Oh, here we go. This one. I tried this, I tried the machines, we tried going into this and see if we could demolish it. No, it's not allowing. So I marked it up, made some screenshots, and I submitted a bug report because that's a problem, because this is perfectly fine farmland. It's actually a big field, right? That's good to know. Gives us a heads up for this series that maybe we want to stay away from that plot, or at least stay away from that area. Also, another thing I did was, well, you can see all the logs are just laying everywhere. Come on. I went ahead and got myself a wheel loader with a log grabber, because there's so many trees, and luckily we got some small stumps here. Loading them up with the truck crane is probably the most time-consuming task in turning all this land into farmland. Gonna stay there? Probably not. Oh, hang on 1 second. Just need to plug in my controller. I had them disconnected for another game where they were actually causing problems. Yes. Good, they're working. So the reason I was getting the wheel loader was basically just for fast loading of the truck when we sell. Get in there. Yeah. So ideally, when you load, you want to place this between here. But there is some sort of there was a patch recently to the truck. You can see there's an invisible barrier. So in some of my other plays, I actually have a ramp dedicating loading area. So this guy, he actually goes up to top of wheel height and just drops it in. But this log grabber is one of the mods, and I'm really happy about this. It just performs so much better than the standard log grabber. So let's go and sell this, and then I'll spinning wheels. Then we can take a look at clearing out the rest of the trees. And the reason I've been plowing alongside all the way is because it's so hard to see when you cut down all the trees. You still have all the bushes, yeah, all the greenery, the small green stuff, and it's sometimes challenging to see what's going on. Another thing I was thinking, because considering the amount of wood I'm driving down to the city, it's quite significant. I was thinking about maybe it's could be profitable to buy one of these production units. So let's just park here for a second. So if we look into production, I don't have any yet. If we look into prices, go down to wood. Right now we are selling it at this sawmill or this, depends about the mood, right? I was thinking about actually driving it down to the wood turner. He would pay more right now. That's not always the case. But if we purchased the wood turner, we could instead sell, I think it's balls, and is it cat tree? There are a few things we can create. And then if I set the production to just sell immediately, you can set the production menu. Even with a loss, we are gonna take a loss because we won't be transporting the products ourselves. It will still be more profitable than selling to the sawmill. So let's see if that's possible. The first guy is, what does it say? Let's pull over so we don't block traffic, right? So what is this? Classy furniture, yeah. That's another production, but that requires iron, and we haven't even touched that yet. Here we go, wood turning wood shop. And it's only 80,000, so I'm just gonna hit yes. But I'm not sure if I can just do like we do at the sawmill, just drive in and unload. It also seems a bit much to bring this amount of wood in at once, right? I'm definitely gonna try. So let's see. Oh, it worked. But he's full. Alright. Let's check the production map. That's very loud, this machinery. Let's go over here. Production. So apparently it's automatically on, and we are producing bowls, pepper grinders, and staircase railing. Yes, yes. And if we just change those to selling immediately, it's not full. Okay. We should get money. Of course with a penalty. I can't remember how large the penalty is, but it's something. Ball, pepper grinder, staircase. Let's check. Ball. So, and I don't know where they're sold either. That's something we can worry about later when we get into more farming. Then we could also consider if we want to deal with manually distributing these items. Staircase railing. It's clear. It's very clear. The best is actually export. What was the last one? Pepper grinder. Yes. Ah. So now, because top right, we still got timing on half speed, right? The production will be little to none right now. Eventually, when we sleep, the production will go up because of the cycles per day. I noticed a lot of mods have very high cycles per day, which is, well, it's great for when you're just experimenting. But it's also sometimes a bit annoying they have this high cycle. In comparison, this high cycle would be a massive, large-scale factory or something like that. There we go, ready for the next load. Let's go and check how we're doing here. So the way I've been doing it is to keep it as easy for myself. That's why we see logs everywhere. So it's on now. What is the cut length? 6 meters, that's fine. I cut it and I lay it somewhere where we already plowed. And I try to create small stacks so we would be able to pick them up more easily with the wheel loader. Red tree, manual cutting, that's okay. Don't think we have many of those yet, or left, I mean. So let's go up here and get the top done so we can move on with the farming. I'm trying to place the wheels and the vehicle first so I can reach and place them as close as possible to each other. Pull it back, away from work that needs to be done. Start cutting them up. They just have to be in the same area now that we have a wheel loader. So I don't have to worry so much about lining them up next to each other. But if I want to line them up, I would basically just lower this to ground level, like so, drive up until we're close enough, lift it, and then start cutting. Oh, and if you're wondering how I know I'm connected to the tree, if you look in the menu, it says tree 220. It basically tells me something about what I'm connecting and distance. As soon as I can see this update, I know I'm ready to cut. And see, it's counting now when you go through. Whoop. There we go. 326. Let's just get this guy. Manual cut. Machine on, tilt the head, move up close, turn the head so the saw is back too much, and try to grab again. I'm looking at the numbers in the center while also trying to hit the lock. There we go, 570, so I hit cut. And now I got it, so I can move it. Just lift it a bit more so we stay clear of the other ones. There we go. Too much. Gonna turn the entire machine around, so I prefer not to have it turned while I'm cutting. By turning I mean like this, because then we lose balance. I would much more rather prefer to have it straight. I'm trying to see if I can get a good angle where I can reach as much as possible. I think this is it, so let's start with the first one. there somewhere. I can turn the camera a bit down so you can see the joysticks, because what you see there is actually also what I'm doing in real life. The three numbers in the center screen, you can see it says 12, 514, and there's a work head or helmet. Now it says 0, you can reset it by toggling the power to the head. So once I go forward, right joystick, now it says 426. That means I'm ready to cut, and then I just adjust. The only thing you can't see is how I drive, and I use my left thumb for that. There is a small joystick on top of my joystick, which I use to drive back and forth and turn. Let's jump to the tractor. So this is the next step. Front tool selected, turn it on. Turn it off, rear tool down. I think feels Create fields is enabled. It was not. It is now. There we go. And I just make some nice farmland like this. And if you want, I think I showed it last time. So we have one of these kind of annoying trees here, right? Hard to get a good angle. You can cut them down with this. It's just more a matter of hitting between the teeth. Otherwise you have to do it the old way. And also, when you don't want to deal with them like me, just cut them up. I would also say a lot of the smaller trees like this one, I've just been doing this. Just to get rid of them, because pretty sure it's not really worth it. I think a tree like that is 50 of whatever currency you're running. Now imagine if you're doing this in real life. This would not only be extremely hard on the tractor, but also all the tools you're using. The ground here is full of roots, and Well, you don't really know what's in the ground until you start working it. And I guarantee you that would cost a lot of repairs, maintenance on these machines. Easy, easy. This one might be too thick as well. Yeah, it's red. We'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, that's not really working. Doing it from the side. It should work. The idea with being able to yaw the head is really to have a more dynamic machine, right? So you can grab it. Sometimes there is this collider issue. Let's go back to the big one. Oh! Oops. I'm gonna lift up, tilt the head, get close. Might be a problem this high. We'll try anyway. Not really. Yeah, a few other factors you would consider running a machine like this. So pulling the entire tree through the cabin is a no-go. Also using the rear of the machine to control tree logs like I'm doing now. Sure, if you got the iron bars that is protecting the machine, then it would be fine. Because hopefully the iron would take the beating. There we go. We got like 8 trees left, and this first field is 100% cleared for normal farming. What's going on? Oh yeah, and you can see the first John Deere we had, it's parked over there with the Isiri tool on. As I was plowing, I was also preparing the fields by taking the soil samples. very hard sometimes driving in the blind because, of course, then I need to let go of the right joystick and then use the mouse to look around. Could really use a third hand sometimes. Or have a fourth joystick for the right hand. So right now I'm using 3 just for general work with this machine. Four trees left. That should be the last one. I'm just gonna confirm by yeah, we can do this. Take some soil samples. So this area is clear. And the center. The only reason I sometimes have to do a manual check, I'm sure you experience the same, is the rendering sometimes doesn't work out too good, and it appears the trees are still standing there until you have restarted your game. And I think that's because they are only generating a shader cache when loading. So you can see the trees are gone now. As we drive down here, they'll probably pop in. Or not. Not is better. But that means we can return this now. And we can finish up the field, start getting maybe the AI to fertilize and seed everything. Might need to help it. Finally. Don't want to put the plow too far away, because once we start removing these stone... we can leave them for now, because we also got stone down here. So now the field is actually ready for use. We just need to remove all the tree stumps. So I'm just gonna put the two tractors in parking mode. Down right you see, well, let's turn off the differential. There we go. Parking mode. Parking mode. So we don't jump to the tractor when we hit tab. Now we only use these two vehicles. Oh, not paying attention, I was looking at another screen. That's not very smart. Just trying to see where the trigger is. So we're hitting the trailer now somewhere, and it's this invisible barrier, as you can see. But the front forks are okay. So we definitely have a issue here with the log fork. So I'm thinking if I should maybe can see, there we go, it's hitting. Create a loading area and then just push all the wood, and I think maybe downhill is best. Or should it? No, actually, yeah. We're just gonna sell it again afterwards, so it's only temporary. Construction. Where is it? Is it under tools? Yes, so we have these ramps. Something like this. Right. So if I place it like this, you park the truck in front, and we're good. I have a few different types, and they're not very expensive, so it's not gonna ruin the economy. So I think if I place one, maybe let's go as far back as possible. Here. Of course, we might need to adjust the terrain when we delete it. And then we park the truck there so we can place the second one. Because I just want to drive up with the truck, park it, and then load both the front and rear. Let's see if we can do something about that. There we go. Like this. And yes, I do realize once I place the next one, it will probably... Oh, I'm stuck on something. Adjust the terrain again. Let's just unhook. and replace it, level terrain, hook back on. So Shift P, tools, ramp. This one goes roughly here. Oh, this wasn't so bad. It's only here. It didn't look so bad. Let's try again. Smooth this time, or level. Then soften. Yes. Now we're stuck again with the trailer. The trailer is stuck. Come on. Can we go through this? Yes. Oh. We could not. Fine. We'll do a old school turnaround at the gas station. And drive in from the other side. Like so. There we go. Ready for load. Oh, too far. So clearly this is a learning experience, but that's good. It's good practice. So I think the practice really here is distance control and how I pick up the logs, because you can see that went fine. And I realized this invisible barrier I was seeing is actually on this tool. So I can use it to push, like so. That's a benefit. so we can align logs like we see we do now. So this is working out okay. Of course we have a problem here, but and they're too heavy to lift. We'll just sell them as is. It's good practice, and I think it's a good way to get the field cleaned up. So I think that is what I will do a bit. Clean up the field, spend some time making it nice. Then we can get into some traditional farming here. So I recall correctly, we were doing canola for the first year in this field. Let's see. Let's see if we're even allowed to seed more. Yes, we can still do it if we don't sleep, so let's see if we can get it done quite fast, so we can get the rest of the field ready. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, and if you have any ideas about log loading, please let me know, because as you can see I got logs everywhere. And this is still only field 1, so any other plots we buy where we will do this, we'll get into the same situation again, and simply need to find a more efficient way of getting the logs up. So, save. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know if you have any ideas. Alright, bye bye.